The indigenous oil and gas pipes coating giant Solomon Group says its investments in Nigeria expected to hit about $170 million over the next few years. Now, this is according to the group CEO, Solomon Ewanehi. He says it's going to come from the diversification of business into the non-oil sector of water, agro-allied, and more. Arise business correspondent Bosun Omofaye sat down with this interview with the Solomon Group chief CEO at the summit in Algiers.
Speaking with you here at the Inter-Africa Trade Fair 2025 in Algiers, let me start with the big story that Nigeria is hosting the 2027 edition. How does that make you feel?
Yeah, we are actually excited and happy that yes, come 2027, we'll be hosting the Inter-Africa Trade Fair in Nigeria. And we're excited, we're happy to welcome other African countries in Nigeria for us to promote our products and services, and for Nigeria to also be part of this event that is coming up in 2027.
For this year, you've been here since the fair started here in Algiers.
Absolutely, yes.
Talk to me about what you see about the energy, the interactions so far.
Yeah, it's quite exciting, amazing for people who, of course, have come from other parts of the continent to showcase their products, their services, and also to share ideas, to talk about the intra-African trade activities within the continent. And you can also see other global investors also coming around our trade fair activities pavilion to share ideas and also to exchange knowledge of what is happening in other parts of the world. And to come back home within the continent, you can see that Africans are actually now up to the task to look at what we have internally and to show that yes, it is possible for us to now take what we have now to the next level.
So let me begin to drill down into the energy sector, where Solomon Group is a major player around the midst of
these various development, like Bank of Industry. They are also very, very supportive in what we are currently putting together for the African continent.
Where else in Africa are you looking to expand? You mentioned Namibia's oil and gas summit. You were there. Where else in Africa? Why are you interested? Hydrocarbon industry in Africa is still expanding.
Yes.
More refineries are being built in Angola, the Cabinda. You have a lot of pipeline projects that are needed within South Africa, in West Africa, for example, the Sangoma oil field in Senegal and elsewhere, the DR Congo, for example, the East African oil pipeline in Uganda, Tanzania, Kenya, and the rest.
Exactly, like the ECO project.
Yes.
We are equally involved discussing with the Uganda to help develop that particular sector, because now crude oil is required in that particular pipeline for that particular country.
Yes.
Talking about Namibia and South Africa, the South Africa Trade Investment team were here in our booth, and we have discussions, and discussions are currently ongoing for us to look at what we need to offer the industry. Though we are successful in our industrial park in Nigeria, and leveraging on this, they also want us to look at what we can possibly put in place. As you can see, our booth, we are not just Nigerians here. You can see the lady and some other places, they are from Namibia, and they work for Solomon Group as well. So that will tell you that we are actually taking the development of what we have within our industrial park to other African continents.
So your final takeaway for this conversation on intra-Africa trade, as far as the critical infrastructure, such as pipeline, is concerned?
Yes, it is very critical and important, just like we also have in some of our sections, like the EPC conference that was held yesterday by our friends in Bank, that the contractors within the African continent will require support, and developing that infrastructure is key. And what has been the bane of our challenge, for instance, in Nigeria for the reason for which our crude oil production is low has been that for quite some time the development of that pipeline infrastructure sometimes was not to the level that is required, because replacement is required when those infrastructure are aging. So if we have the support of various financial institutions, the stakeholders, regulators, and those that are involved to come together and discuss, I think we will be able to get to where we need to be as quick as possible.
Very interesting. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
I'm sure you're here to make deals
Yes.
in Algiers.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
And of course, we look forward to seeing you in Nigeria at
Thank
the
you very
IATF
much for coming to
2027
our
in
stand.
Lagos.
Thank you very much. We appreciate it.
We appreciate it. Thank you so much
Thank you.
for speaking to our Rise News.
Thank you. Thank you. Actually have 6 facilities in one center called Sullivan Group Industrial Park at Alude, Eleme, One. And over $120 million have been invested, and we are currently investing another $170 million US. And we have our partners, the Access Bank, Afrexim Bank. They've been here and they are interested in what we are doing. And this will also let you, I also want to let you note that from November 27, 28, 29th of this year, we will be organizing what we normally refer to Sullivan Group Energy Summit. This is our 9th Africa Energy Summit, and we'll be showcasing what we have. And it is not about Sullivan Group as a matter of fact. It's also had to do with other industry players to come into our industrial park, discuss issues that affect Africa.
We're going to talk about the summit, but just in a second, talk to me about the industrial park. What do I find there? What goes on in this industrial park?
Yeah, before that, I would like to say thank you to the Nigerian Content Development Board and other agencies that have supported Sullivan over the years. And we are actually a product of NCDMB. And also, we are a member of Nigerian Petroleum Technology Association of Nigeria at the time. And for the past 25 years, we have invested in pipe manufacturing plants, pipe coating plants, concrete coating plants. Recently, in July this year, we launched what is termed Sullivan Pipe Bed Coating Plant to be able to provide multi-layer pipe coating systems on pipe fittings nowhere in Africa. Not be done like this before. We came in contact with the Canadians and the Italians, and we were able to manufacture equipment installed in our facility, and this factory is now currently providing multi-layer pipe coating on this bed. Our pipe coating plant is the largest pipe coating plant in the whole of Africa. It is there for us to see. We can provide 400 square meter of coating on line of linear pipe per hour. And this is huge. And what it means is if you have an average 24-inch pipe, we can produce 120 to 150 pipes per shift. And that plant is running 3 shifts per day.
So, in terms of job creation, talk to me briefly about that.
Yeah. The size of our job creation currently, because of the obstacles that we have within our industrial park, we currently have between 500 to 800 staff within that industrial park. But currently we have other projects that are going on right now. Between now and the first quarter of next year, we envisage a situation where the industrial park will be providing between 1,200 to 1,500 workforce in that industrial park. So it's huge, and we are taking it to other parts of the continent. We were in Namibia for the Namibian Oil and Gas
Summit, which was just about 2-3 weeks ago.
Yeah, about 2-3 weeks ago. And they are interested, and they have offered that, yes, we set up within that zone to be able to assist the current discovery in Namibia.
But why do you think venturing into supporting non-oil sector is important, and not just stick to oil and gas. Why is that important from an economic point of view?
That question is very, very germane, and it's important for me to let you know that the water is life. And when we talk about energy, without water, we really cannot begin to substantiate the reason for which the energy will stay. And now you discover that the water issue or challenge, problem has made what we have in Nigeria a big issue. Talk about the northern part of Nigeria and feeding the southern part of Nigeria with food and other things that we have in place. And also, any process plant that you see around must have a recycled plant. And water piping is very, very important. In our homes, we need water. In process refineries, you need water. Petrochemicals, you need water. So you really cannot talk about the energy sector without water. So the steel pipe that we provide, that we manufacture, also help to transport water from home, refineries, and other parts. So
and industries as well.
And industries.
Talk about the agro-allies.
Agro-allies and the likes.
For example, the palm oil refineries.
Exactly.
And those who do cocoa processing, other things.
Yes.
So, because there's breweries, for example. And
breweries
yes.
and the likes.
Yes.
So very, very important that we have a situation where we are working with, for instance, Coca-Cola at a Benin City in the past, and we have actually provided that support for them before now, and other brewery plants that has also requested our products and services.